Hello and welcome again to ProBench How To series. In our last video, we looked at how we can create template, use template toolbox, and created new questions, modified or moved questions from one place to another, copied questions, added conditions, etc. So in this particular video, I am going to cover few of the frequently asked questions. Uh, so the first question that we have is, do I have to save after I modify the question text or type? Now, if we want to kind of modify a particular question, we can kind of just modify it and click on just if you click on tab, you will see a progress bar. That progress bar means that the text that you have modified is automatically saved. There is no need to save if you have just modified the question text. Also, when it comes to type, it you can, like, if I want this as a multi-select question, I'll change this to checkbox. Okay, so and the choices would still remain the same. So whenever I make changes to the question types as well, there is no need for any save specifically. The system automatically saves as soon as you kind of hover out of that particular screen. The next question is, how can I move a question above another question? So I think we have already looked at a part of this the last time when we had a look. So let me again reiterate. You can kind of cut a question from here, and I'll paste it above this question, and it would ask me whether I want to paste it immediately before or I want to paste it as a child. So I'll click on OK to kind of paste it above. So this is how I can paste the question above it. How can I move a question as a child of another question? So if I want to move something as a child of another question, then I'll have to kind of make it as I'll have to cut it from here and paste it as, say, child of another text question, or say so any other question. So there's no limitation to that. So I'll click on paste, and it will again ask as OK or cancel. So when I click on cancel, it would paste as a child of that question. So now if you see, the company name has this as a child of it. What if I click on cut or paste buttons by mistake? Now, for example, I've cut this, I've cut this, but uh, like it's by mistake. I don't want to actually do any operations, and I don't want to cut it from here and move to elsewhere. So there are two ways to kind of remove it from the clipboard. So one is like when I click on this scissor icon here, so it would ask me remove this item from clipboard, and I can click on OK. And the another way of doing that is I can click on this clear the clipboard, and it would clear all the items in the clipboard. So this is how you can kind of reverse your selections that you have done. So I hope this would help you. Can I move or copy multiple questions at the same time? Yes, definitely you can. So if I want to move, say, do you operate really cut, and do you look again, I'll cut. So this is like multiple selection, or I'm trying to move multiple questions, and I want to move it before, say, company name. So I'll click on paste and click on OK. So both these questions moved together, and it moved above the company name. So yes, you can definitely cut or copy multiple questions and either move around or make a copy of it. The next is, should all the questions be added under a page type of question? So yes, you might have already noticed that whatever I'm doing it under a page type of question, and this is one of the necessities in a way, or the mandate. Like any question that you add has to be under a page question, and but a page question can be under a section type of question, but a page is a very important question type, because any questions, like suppose say I click cut from here and move it outside of a page, okay, then this particular question would never be visible in the survey. There has to be a page question above any of the questions that you add. So it has to be like this way. So it is very important to have a page question above the individual questions. How to search for a node in the template. So it's like if you have an ID, the node ID, and you want to search for that node within the template, because this is a small template as of now, but there are possibilities that and high chances that your template or the number of questions that you have in place is quite big. So if you have the node IDs, you can add the node ID here and click tab, and as soon as you click tab, the system would search and mark that question here. Next is I can see that I'm adding a question, but selecting the type as page. So does it create a question or a page? So you'll see whenever I add, even if I want to add a page type of question, I select add queue. So I'm adding a question. So even if it is it is a page, I have to create it as question, because in ProBench everything is a question. Okay, whether it's a section, whether it's a page, whether it's a radio button, whether it's a multi-select question, everything is a question in the template, except for the inline text that we spoke about in the last video. Can I create a question under an answer option such that I will only see that question if a user selects that option? So suppose I want to see uh, this question, that is, do you look to improve your gender equality, only when user selects yes in the do you operate globally. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cut it from here, okay, and paste it under the question or the option yes. It would again ask me, so obviously I'll need to add it as a child, because only when the yes is selected I want to see that question. So I'll click on cancel. So now if you see, I have added this question under yes. So unless a user selects yes, they won't be able to see this question. And if they select no, then they'll not able to see this question as well. So that's how you can have a sub question only if something is selected. So this is one way of hiding or showing a question based on what users have responded, and create a kind of branching logic as you want. Hope this video was helpful and answered quite some questions that you had. If you have more questions, please do email us on support@73bit.com, and we'll try to answer them, and also add it to the existing videos. Thank you so much